So you want to know how I went from this to this on my wedding day? Hi, my name is John and I'm the groom in this story. In order to share with you what really happened during our wedding, I need to share with you the days leading up to it. This is the story of the tale of the 72-hour adventure. We start this adventure with my good friends Francis and Tim arriving at our Airbnb. This night should have been a warning for the next following days. Now we're running because the Grab driver dropped off Francis and Tim at the wrong spot. These guys are gonna get abducted for sure. So let's go find them right now. Right! You see, the story goes like this. Francis and Tim wanted to save money flying to the Philippines, so they booked a trip to Manila with a layover in LA. Everything seemed to be going as planned. They boarded their flight to LA, and once they arrived, they were hungry, so they went to grab some food before grabbing their luggage to check in to the next flight. But while in line, Tim realized that their boarding time changed from an hour from now to right now. Apparently, PAL had changed their time of their departure while they were on their flight to LA. And their biggest problem was that the gate for their departure was on the opposite side of the airport. They ran up and down escalators as they heard their names being called on the PA and made the tough decision to just head straight to the gate in order to not miss their flight. It was a choice between potentially missing the wedding and having their luggage be there when they land. So it was an easy decision for them. They had to make it. With our gang completed, I decided to show these guys the social side to Manila. But of course, with a long flight and sadness in their hearts, there was only one thing I could do to cheer them up. Food! The only thing is, even though our friends really loved the ramen, there was still one person who still wasn't satisfied. You see, growing up, Tim would be the person at Korean barbecue, or for those local Filipinos, it's called samgyup. Tim would finish the session with 10 to 12 bowls of rice. Actually, let me just show you what happened and where we ended up going after the ramen.
This is like the Filipino tradition where we just like
Put on the rice.
just do all. It looks watered down though, not gonna lie.
With all of the time and food that was killed, they managed to finally secure their luggage and had the best sleep on earth, knowing that there wouldn't be any challenges ahead of them. But little did they know. Tim was born in the Philippines and has been back here several times. Francis is someone I'd like to categorize as a fart. A Filipino-American or Canadian who's never reached the Philippines. So to slowly acclimate him to the Philippines culture, I decided to bring him to the beautiful Bonifacio Global City, aka BGC, before showing him all the other charming things about the Philippines that I fall in love with too. I'm low-key trying to convince him to move here eventually too, but let's keep that between us, okay?
This whole trip so far, as much as it's good, it's also been very bad.
Extra pickles? I did put extra pickles, but one bite, literally like all the pickles came out one time. I was like, bro.
It's not good. I have to purchase it.
Bigyan mo na.
Guys, you did it. Oh. So claustrophobic.
Now, this is the part of the story where the heroes are supposed to meet the villain and have a struggle between good versus evil. But before that, rest muna. We knew that we were in for a night, so we all decided to have a quick nap. I feel like this picture here depicts our adventure so far very nicely. The transparency of this vlog is like being topless, bearing everything. The evident t-shirt tan is a great parallel between living as a Canadian versus living as a Filipino. And the tiredness in his face really showcases the despair of losing his luggage and the jet lag that he must be feeling. Cue the villain. Dun dun dun! His name was SM San Miguel. Just as a disclaimer, I do not condone excessive drinking of alcohol at all. Please drink responsibly and always be safe. So continuing on with our hero story, we met up with the friends that we met in Coron and introduced them to Francis and Tim, and we thought it would be a good idea to check out a local bar in BGC called iPong. Boy, we were mistaken. We literally almost missed our flight.
What's your favorite thing about being a dentist?
Lamig ko, tingnan mo.
As the night got older, the protagonists of this story started to lose their battle, bit by bit, until...
Guys, we're still packing. I don't know what time it is. Oh, but as you can see here, it's daytime. I dropped off my friends maybe half an hour ago to the Airbnb. We're still not packing. We're still not packed, sorry. And we had to meet my parents half an hour ago at the airport. So let's get this, guys. Let's get married.
I realized that I needed some help, so I texted my sisters to cover for me while we were rushing to the airport.
Yo, we're so hungover right now. We're making it to the check-in. We've been telling people that we're late for our wedding, which we are. But thank you so much for Naiya for letting us go. What's up?
You look bad. You look bad. How are you feeling, my dear? Feeling excited? Ready? Ready?
We'll see.
Where's your heart? No, not yet. Okay, mamaya, bukas.
So, here we are at our gate with 5 minutes to spare. We've rendezvoused with our close friends and our family, and the adventure still isn't over.
Hello!
Our next endeavor in this adventure will be saying I do. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when the next chapter unfolds.